During the time of Israel's kings, there lived a servant named Gehazi. He served the great prophet Elisha, whose power and authority as God's messenger went unquestioned by the Israelites and even the pagans who lived around them. To minister to God's people, Gehazi traveled with Elisha through the country to relay God's commands and warnings. Gehazi did whatever Elisha told him to do and was present for nearly all of Elisha's miracles. Often, they found themselves traveling through Shunem. Whenever they stopped there, a wealthy woman invited them to have dinner at her house with her and her husband. Gehazi and Elisha stopped there so often that the Shunammite woman convinced her husband to build a room for them on the roof where they could sleep and rest anytime they passed through town. One day, Elisha asked Gehazi for his opinion. He wanted to bestow some kindness on the woman for her hospitality. Gehazi pointed out that the woman had no children and her husband was old. So because of Gehazi's keen eye and God's miraculous power, the Shunammite had her deepest longing fulfilled the next year with the birth of her son. But years later, the boy died in his mother's arms. The Shunammite traveled by donkey 15 miles to find Elisha at Mount Carmel. She fell at his feet in grief, which caused Gehazi to push her away in protection of his master. But Elisha received her, asked her what happened, and sent Gehazi ahead of him to her house to put his staff on the dead boy's face. Gehazi waited with the dead boy until Elisha arrived and breathed life back into the boy's body. Another time, Naaman, an army commander from the neighboring country of Aram, came to Israel looking for Elisha. He had leprosy and wanted to be healed. Gehazi took his request to Elisha and reported back to him. Elisha says, "Go dunk in the Jordan River 7 times and you will be healed." Naaman was insulted by the instructions, but after his servants pleaded with him to try it, Naaman went to the river, obeyed Elisha's directions, and was healed. He was so thrilled he raced back to Elisha's house and offered him generous gifts, saying that now he understood and believed in the God of Israel. Elisha refused to take anything and sent Naaman away. But Gehazi reconsidered the offer and slipped away to catch up with Naaman's entourage. "2 prophets just arrived from far away," Gehazi said. "My master said to ask you for 2 sets of clothes and a talent of silver for them." Naaman was happy to oblige, and he gave Gehazi 2 talents of silver and the 2 sets of clothes. Gehazi took the gifts and hid them in his own house. When Elisha asked Gehazi where he had gone, Gehazi lied again and said he hadn't gone anywhere. As punishment for his greed, Elisha cursed Gehazi with Naaman's leprosy, and Gehazi left Elisha's service, apparently forever.